Time, the one thing we can never stop. The one thing that never comes back when spent. Our lifetime. Even if you're the richest person in the world, even if you're on the Forbes cover as the most powerful person, your power won't be enough to change it. We struggle to even define it. From philosophers to writers, from scientists to artists, everyone has different explanations for what we do for time. But we have no common understanding of what it is. We all live, we experience, but we can't grasp its meaning. Einstein said about time, "We, who believe in physics, know that the difference between past, present, and future is only a stubbornly persistent illusion." Is time really just an illusion? Why can't we define it? So, how would you define it? It is actually what is required for an event to occur. In fact, time is necessary for a movement to exist. We move from one point to another in a certain time. But what is movement? Well, for that, we need time too. It seems that in defining time, I also need to use movement to define movement. The strange thing is that time is relative. For me, an hour may pass quickly near a black hole, while for someone else, it may only be a minute. Or for someone traveling near the speed of light towards Andromeda, perhaps only 30 seconds have passed. But how strange is it? None of these individuals feel this slowing of time. We all perceive time in the same way, whether we are near a black hole, traveling at near the speed of light in space, or simply relaxing and enjoying our coffee on Earth. Because everything around us slows down, from the blood flowing through our veins to the clock ticking on our wrists. We still perceive time in the same way. However, in two different corners, two separate times flow, such that if someone were to manipulate the time settings of the universe and speed everything up instantly, we wouldn't even notice. Look, physicists are still pondering what time really is. Moreover, they don't just call it time but space-time. We have known since ancient times that space and time are intertwined. But while there are three spatial dimensions, length, width, and depth, why is there only one dimension of time, and why does time only flow forward? In the three spatial dimensions, we can move both forward and backward in time. Why doesn't this happen with time? Many physicists explain this with entropy, the second law of thermodynamics. A system gains disorder, or entropy, over time. The systems in our universe transition from order to disorder as time progresses. This transition occurs over time, and it only moves in one direction. The arrow of time always tends toward greater disorder. Thus, disorder increases with time. Therefore, this increase in disorder tells us that time flows forward. The hypothesis of the past comes into play here. If entropy is constantly increasing, then there should have been lower entropy in the past. Why did yesterday have lower entropy? Because the day before it had even lower entropy. This goes back and back until we reach the moment of the Big Bang, where the universe is said to have started with very low entropy. So why was it like that, or did it have to be like that? These questions remain a mystery. If we could surpass the speed of light, none of us has the power to change it. We must learn to live with it, just as we did thousands of years ago when we said, "Let's meet at the tower at 7 o'clock, in a time when we couldn't check the phone or wristwatch. Back then, we relied on certain references, like looking east at dawn. Everyone's clock cannot show the same time, so we divide into different time zones, right? In America, I am 7 hours behind, but the sun sets at similar hours. The Earth is round, and in some places, the sun never sets. They don't have to follow a standard, or we wouldn't be able to communicate with each other. But the synchronization game is just beginning. Here on Earth, we define time according to the sun. But if there is an intelligent civilization in another corner of the universe, how would they define it? If we were to send them a message, would this time difference hinder our understanding? It is challenging for two minds with a time difference to understand each other, but it's not impossible. We need a new standard, and actually, we already have it: atomic clocks. The laws of physics that are valid on Earth are also valid in the far reaches of the universe. Therefore, the same physical events that occur in an atom here also occur in the same atom there, simultaneously. Atoms, wherever they may be, are identical. Hydrogen here is the same as hydrogen in Andromeda. It's a perfect factory output. Additionally, to excite electrons in atoms to a higher energy level, we need precisely tuned energy, which is microwave radiation. With all this precision, combined with a universal standard, we can define seconds by measuring the vibration of a chosen atom. For example, we selected cesium-133. When we count its 9,192,631,770 vibrations, 1 second has passed. The concept of a second is somewhat arbitrary because we invented it. However, if we know how long that vibration is, then we can discover that what we call 5 seconds corresponds to, let's say, 7 chronos for another civilization. They will measure the same thing, just giving it a different name. We haven't discovered extraterrestrial intelligent life yet, but if one day we receive a signal from them, we hope that through these standards, we will be able to decipher it. So, we shouldn't just dismiss it as a simple definition. Yes, defining time is difficult, but at the same time, it has become ingrained in our lives that we may not be fully aware of it. Perhaps we don't think about it enough, or we don't have the time to think about it. Time is flowing, and we do so much to spend it without even realizing. What value do we give to time? Is it just a concept in the minds of scientists like Einstein? Atomic clocks are already here, they are already the standard. In the grand scheme of things, we can control what happens while time flows. What we said and did with the past is gone. Yes, it belonged to yesterday, but we can still say new things about tomorrow. We can determine our future, it's in our hands.